Coming up on LUTV News, the Brown family and their attorneys reveal their emotions following the decision of the Michael Brown case. Find out what they shared about the outcome.
Plus, should it stay or should it go? Red light tickets might be dropped from Missouri drivers. The Missouri Supreme Court is weighing in. And
find out why the gender wage gap is slowly coming to a close. A new research reports the details.
Those stories plus sports, weather, and more ahead on LUTV News.
Welcome to this edition of LUTV News. I'm Ryan Moore.
And I'm Francesca Mirabella. The Missouri National Guard is starting to depart as the Ferguson protests are starting to die down. Governor Jay Nixon said that Tuesday there were 1,200 National Guard members still to remain in Ferguson. The Missouri Highway Patrol is also continuing to work with St. Louis police. The governor did not release when all the National Guard members will be recalled.
Hundreds of students walked out of a class at McClure North and McClure South Berkeley High Schools on Tuesday. The point was to express their concerns of the grand jury's decision to not indict Officer Darren Wilson, who fatally shot unarmed youth Michael Brown. Teachers protested with students marching and chanting slogans. The Ferguson-Florissant School District provided buses to pick up the students after the protest. Students were back in class by 1:30 p.m. After the grand jury's decision, the Brown family and their attorneys held a press conference regarding the outcome.
LUTV's Ariane Ford has more with what happened during the conference.
The grand jury made a decision not to indict former Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson. The family attorneys Benjamin Crump and Anthony Gray wanted the public to know what message they intended to send along with other civil rights leaders. The leaders thought that the entire case was a sign of injustice and that the grand jury was not a wise one. That the grand jury's choice was not a wise one.
Mass and regular marches. Legislation.
It was an emotional scene after the grand jury made their decision in regards to the shooting death of Michael Brown. The press conference held by the Brown family attorneys showed that they were not happy with the decision. Attorney Anthony Gray expressed Officer Wilson indicted himself and that the evidence was clear.
What he said didn't line up with the physical or the forensic evidence. You read it for yourself. You have it. It's right there in front of your face.
The Reverend Al Sharpton mentioned the amount of days protesters marched and their demographics.
For over 100 days, young people, older people, people of all races marched and rallied in this city. And they did it peacefully and nonviolently.
Attorney Benjamin Crump talked about the legacy of Michael Brown in making a difference. He said that Michael Brown's loss was a tragic one, and it's time we move forward.
The legacy to Michael Brown Jr. should be that instead of just striving to make a lot of noise, we strive to make a difference.
Reverend Sharpton says they will prevail. He's pushing for change while reassuring the public that they will not give up.
We're going to keep on going. We have told this family we're with them to the end.
After the press conference, the attorneys took the time to answer individual questions and asked by the members of the media and address any other concerns. Those who attended the conference expressed how they wanted change and what they will do to see it through. For LUTV News, I'm Ariane Ford.
St. Louisans are making a good thing out of a bad situation. Tower Grove neighborhood businesses have boarded up their windows. This is because the violence and looting that occurred on South Grand the night of the grand jury decision. Business owners then made a call to social media asking artists to paint on the boards. Many artists showed up to bring color and powerful messages to the area. John Capuano lives in the neighborhood and says he's a fan of the graffiti and street art.
I actually really appreciate it, and to see, artwork here is really great. It kind of complements the big cinder blocks that they have on the streets as well.
A local business owner says the boards are still up as a precautionary measure.
The Missouri Supreme Court is considering whether or not to remove traffic tickets issued to drivers speeding or driving through stoplights. The High Court listened Tuesday in 3 separate cases challenging traffic camera ordinances. Judges asked whether or not the driver should get in trouble for breaking the law or fined if the operator of the vehicle isn't visible. Lower courts invalidated the local ordinances. The cities within St. Charles and St. Louis both appealed.
The gender wage gap is becoming more narrow, but it still persists. According to the Pew Research Center, the largest reasons are that men work in higher paying jobs and women take time off for childbirth. The most commonly cited statistic for the gender wage gap says women earn only 77 cents for every dollar earned by men. Economist Howard Wall doesn't believe that gap is that extreme.
There's a real problem. Even if the gap is 2% that might be due to discrimination, that means that there's an incredibly serious problem of gender discrimination that's not being addressed because people put forward a completely phony number.
To research this more, visit pewresearch.org and search wage gap.
Lindenwood University is working to make condoms available on campus for students. The Lindenwood Student Government Association has passed the Condom Distribution Act of 2014. This means free condoms will be available in the student health clinic as well as with every resident director in all dorms. The act would permit the distribution of condoms at campus events by organizations. Two Lindenwood students explain how this would be beneficial to the school.
It'd be a great opportunity for everybody, that's active around the community.
And plus, you don't want to have kids. Kids nowadays, most of us was mistakes.
The bill is not yet official. President Evans received the bill as of November 21st. Straight ahead on LUTV News, learn how community members are coming together and giving back before the holiday season begins.
Santa left the North Pole early this year and found himself at Lindenwood University. Find out why he's here next on LUTV News.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Celebrating generosity is a new way to bring in the holiday season. Giving Tuesday takes place December 2nd of every year, which is a global day dedicated to giving back. Families, businesses, and charities are coming together for this new tradition. Giving thanks by donating toys, clothing, food, or gently used items to community centers is a simple way to be charitable. One Lindenwood student explains why it is so important to donate during the holidays.
It makes me feel good because I know it's freezing cold outside and I think everyone needs to have a warm coat, sweater, gloves. I definitely wouldn't want to be cold.
The Salvation Army, Goodwill, and Youth in Need are accepting clothing and monetary donations throughout the holiday season.
Christmas break isn't just for schools anymore. Between Christmas Eve to the 29th, non-essential government offices will be closed. The St. Charles City Council voted to close the offices early December. Mayor Sally Faith explains why the offices will be closed.
The employees have a holiday. We're off Christmas Eve and Christmas. So that would be Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday they would have to come back and be off Saturday and Sunday.
Some officials can choose to work on the 26th. The day off will still be available for them until New Year's.
Christmas spirit flooded into Lindenwood University over the weekend. LUTV's Isis Wadley attended the school's annual Christmas walk.
Santa, reindeer, candy canes, and hot cocoa. Lindenwood University's Christmas walk made for a night full of cheer. Several different organizations at the school hold events such as caroling or making ornaments.
This year has been so successful with so many of the different organizations asking, can we do something this year, please? Do you have enough, stuff?
This is the 32nd year that Lindenwood University has held the Christmas Walk. This tradition began in the 1980s. The Christmas Walk is a family event. It welcomes alumni from Lindenwood University as well as their families. Cookie decorating and taking pictures with Santa were popular with younger kids.
My favorite part was decorating the cookies. Of course, about that, eating them.
What stood out most for the Christmas walk seemed to be the decorations. The walkways were lit up by candles, the buildings had Christmas lights, and there was Santa, an elf, and even a reindeer.
This event is just nice to have the community come out during Christmas time and see how pretty Krampus it can be and all the effort of all the organizations together to bring something like this to the community.
Just seeing the campus all lit up in this beautiful gold glow and seeing all the outside people, the community coming up here and saying it's a tradition for them.
For LUTV News, I'm Isis Wadley.
Lindenwood event planners have already began working on the next Christmas walk. It will be back next year, the weekend after Thanksgiving.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs, just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning? Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
As the week has been quite beautiful and enjoyable one, we'll see that begin to change as the weekend takes on a different spin. While taking a look at the current conditions map, you can see we have heavy rainfall covering our viewing area. This is the reason why we can expect quite a number of gloomy skies ahead of us on the weekend. Now let's switch over to the 5-day forecast. Friday is going to be mostly rainy with a high of 46 and a low of 35. Saturday and Sunday, we can have those sluggish skies for most of the day with the highs reaching into the 40s. Moving on to next week, on Monday we can have a lot of sunny skies with a high of 53 and a low of 31. And looking on to Tuesday, we'll have mostly sunny skies with a 0% chance of rain. That's it for weather. For LUTV News, I'm Jillian Hermes.
St. Louis is hosting a group of upcoming talent while shooting a feature film. LUTV's John Holden visited the location to see how things are coming along.
A director, a financier, and a production company all have one goal: to make a good movie. An independent feature film has come to St. Louis. Financier Michael Baker Jr. seems optimistic while on set.
We got to a late start, but we've been picking up speed, especially since we got the cameraman here. The lighting man here, John. It's been going great.
Small budget films require a lot of trust in between actors. Actor Eddie Flake says this is his first feature film, and he looks at this opportunity as a learning experience.
This is my first feature, so I'm just taking day by day, moment to moment, and hopefully I can take, bits and pieces of what I learned on this shoot and take it back with me.
Now, the movie has been shot in various locations around the St. Louis area. They've also had to overcome a lot of obstacles in order to get the movie done. Director John Brandon says you need to surround yourself with good people to make a good movie.
I did that from my interns to my main characters to my production people that came in here from Seattle. And I have real good folks. You got to have good folks or don't even try to make a film.
At the end of the day, the goal is to make a successful movie. With a $15,000 budget, the crew of Under a Blood Red Sky have sacrificed a lot of time in hopes of a big payoff. For LUTV News, I'm John Holden.
Under a Blood Red Sky has their last day of shooting Wednesday. The movie will undergo roughly 6 months of post-production before it premieres.
Up next in sports, Lindenwood signs a new basketball player for next year's season and find out how the Blues made history this past Tuesday. I'll have this and more coming up next with sports.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
The Lindenwood men's basketball team announced the signing of Pat McNamara, a 6'4" shooting guard from Arlington Heights, Illinois. McNamara is a 3-year varsity player at Viator High School, which ranked top 10 in the state for the entirety of the past season. McNamara, who's one of the best shooters in the state of Illinois, has averaged over 13 points, including 3 rebounds and 4 assists per game. He also made 76 3-points, shooting 43% from long range. McNamara will put on his Lions jersey next season. After their perfect win against Baker University on Saturday, the Lindenwood University men's basketball team heads to Edmond, Oklahoma to face the University of Central Oklahoma Broncos. The team is going into the match after its 4th straight victory on Saturday, hoping to continue their winning streak. The Lions will be playing the Broncos on Thursday, December 4th at 7:30 p.m., and then it's off to Northeastern State on Saturday. Blues general manager Doug Armstrong made history on Tuesday when he agreed to a 1-year contract with Marty Brodeur. For the first time in his Hall of Famer caliber career, Brodeur will be calling a place other than New Jersey his home. The 42-year-old ranked number 1 in the NHL history with 688 career victories and is a 3-time Stanley Cup winner. Brodeur will be on the Blues bench tonight backing up Jake Allen when the club meets Chicago at 7 and is expected to be on the ice as soon as Thursday. The Cardinals gained a right-handed reliever on Tuesday, having lost right-handed relievers Pat Neshek and Jason Mott to free agency. Likely to move Carlos Martinez to the rotation, the Cardinals signed free agent right-handed Matt Belize to a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. The 34-year-old, most recently with Colorado, will join Jordan Walden, acquired from Atlanta, as the newest right-handers in the bullpen. General Manager John Mosliak said he will discuss both moves today. That's all I have for LUTV Sports. I'm Dwayne Ferguson. Back to you at the desk.
Finals are here, but the Campus Activities Board is looking to make them a little easier. The board is hosting the 9 Days of Finals, a program that provides a bit of holiday cheer to students feeling the pressure of the end of the semester. For each event students attend, they are entered into a drawing for several gifts. CAP Representative Amy Wiegand explains why she decided to host this event.
Somebody on our team saw that another school was doing it, and they did 25 days of Christmas, but we're doing the 9 Days of Finals because finals are really stressful for all students.
Wednesday evening there will be a concert, Thursday free donuts, and the week wraps up with free holiday-themed gifts on Friday.
College students across the country are staying up for good. Up Until Dawn is an initiative to raise money for St. Jude's Hospital. Lindenwood students have been fundraising and promoting the cause since August. Students meet weekly to discuss their plans for the event. Event coordinator Haley Booker says why donations are so crucial to St. Jude's success.
And at this hospital, parents don't receive a bill for any treatment that their kids may go through because it's all given by donation.
The Up Till Dawn event at Lindenwood takes place February 28th.
That's it for this edition of LUTV News. I'm Ryan Moore.
And I'm Francesca Mirabella. Thanks for joining us.